Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI, Sunday's edition. It's all about countdown to the State House of Assembly election and, of course, governorship election. But as it concerns us here, it is all about the State House of Assembly election. Okay, with me here in the studio, I have Honorable Etiosa Igebo, a member of the APC. Appreciate your coming.
Good morning. Good morning, Goras. Thanks for having me.
All right. Sitting very close to him is Destiny Inabulele, a member of the PDP and, of course, one-time chairman for Ovia South, Southwest local government. Thank you so much for coming, Honorable Destiny. All right. Sitting very close to him, he is Honorable Odige Owadai, member, PCC Labour Party. Appreciate your coming.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers at home.
So before we dive into what may transpire next week, let's take our mind back to what transpired last week, Saturday. What do you feel about the election? And of course, the outcome of the election. Let me start off with Honorable Etiosa Igebo. What do you feel about it? Of course, it was just you just take the up for there.
Well, I think that the election was a very difficult one, and I think the platform that was created for people to air their views or vote along their conscience, the direction that it faced was better than perhaps previous elections, dating back to 1999.
Yeah.
I think the introduction of the Beavers was not a bad one. Obviously, there were areas where there were glitches here and there, some level of disturbances and maybe ballot box destruction here and there. But I think in overall, I would say that the election was okay. But then with us, for example, in APC, we practically felt the heat because at the end of the day, we didn't, we were the targets to a very large extent. And at the end of the day, we were practically caught in between the mix of people who are called the bad guys, because there was this credit crunch, there was this narrow design policy, there were the issues of not having fuel, things like that. But however, at the end of the day, things became quite difficult for the APC. But I think overall, I'm happy with the outcome of the election. I'm also happy with the outcome of the election in Edo Central.
Right.
And I think in Edo South, where the senatorial candidate made from the Labour Party is where I think we need to work on.
All right.
Really try to put things in the right direction, because I still feel very strongly that it is a system.
All right. Well, Honorable Destiny, you heard him. He said APC was the target, but they did their best, and of course they just discovered that they made mistakes in one or two places. What do you feel about the election, generally speaking?
Mr. Wilson, let me first of all appreciate you for this timely discourse.
Yeah.
I know my brother is just being economical with the truth. To be very frank, at the very betting of the Beavers introduction, I listening to all their grammars and what have you, I thought that yes, electorally it's Uhuru. From what we have seen, coupled with the cashless policy, I thought, yes, we're about to get it right. For some of us, I'm speaking as a PDP man, as a non-party person. I'm wearing two toga, two status in one.
Yeah.
They came with their policy to deceive us, to put us in a very quagmire at the point that we're neck deep in a mess. And that's exactly what we have encountered. Look at what the issue of Beavers. That as you vote, according to Professor Mahmoud, you can listen. It's there. Google it in one of the interview. That as you vote in your polling unit, immediately goes to the server electronically and automatically. But at the end of the day, it was a manual collation. And the international observer, they have said and they have recorded that this is the worst election so far in the history since 1999. And that is the gospel truth. You are aware that as a person, my primary concern or duty in life has been observing elections. I've been observing as a development worker and as an NGO practitioner. I've been observing it. I've never seen this kind of election. You see, there's so many things, there's so many flaws in the system that even doctoring results. You saw what happened in Rivers. So even in my local government, you see them, turning party A result to another party. It has never happened. It has never been this bad electorally. And this is a clear call for everybody to sit tight and be watchful, because they can't just fool us like this and go scot-free.
All right. Well, PCC Labour Party, do you share his views and opinion? Because people are saying that it may just be a coalition between PDP and LP. But anyway, take it up from there.
Ab initio, when INEC came up with the idea of the introduction of BVAX, we thought it is now uhuru that election results will be collated at the unit level and it will be uploaded. The result will be declared and sent to the server. Unfortunately, INEC had a different opinion. What they did was against the Electoral Act of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They did not transmit, neither transfer any result from the polling units. When this objection was raised by Milo Denaye, the INEC chairman told him categorically that he can go to court. So invariably, it was a premeditated action. INEC has already appointed or selected our ancestor as the president-elect, Bola Tinubu. We have reached. It's an ancestor. So now, what actually happened between you and I, taking Edo State for example, Labour Party won the election, the presidential election. Irrespective of the manner and the methodology that they adopted to rig Labour out, it is quite obvious. Both the local and the international observers knew that Labour won that election. Now, from what they have in their portal, within the shortest possible time through the court, we'll be able to realize the actual person that won the election.
All right. All right. Well, people will be like, Tinubu is not an ancestor. He's one of us here.
No, listen. Hold on. I know you are the one moderating. Let me
don't got into your tone.
No, I just want to say something. I just want to trip something. So when he said ancestors, there is law of diminishing return.
Okay, thank you. I'll come back to you. Well, we've spoken briefly about what transpired. We'll be talking about it, but let's come straight down to Edo State. Take a look at Edo State. According to reports and figures, about 300,000 for Labour Party, over 100,000 for APC, and of course for PDP, over 2,000, so to speak. Now, election for the EDHA is next week. Do you see a replica of what transpired last week in terms of the results churned out by various political parties? Over to you.
Well, the thing is, I want to set the record straight and put a few things on the table for people to think about. And some of these things are very simple. I don't think the use of the word the president-elect being called an ancestor is a very good thing. It's not human. I think that my senior brother will next time not use such languages on my president that is elected. Well, people belong to different political parties. You can feel unhappy about certain things. That is opinion-based issue, and you seek redress in court. With all due respect to my brothers that are here, with the Labour Party, for instance, let me start with that. Wherever they've lost an election, they are rigged. Wherever they've won an election, it's there's no problem with that, they won. And with my brother in PDP, we forgot that the same issue that he talked about to do with the beavers and the cashless policy that has deceived them, that the governor of Edo State, in connivance with the governor of Bayelsa State, joined the suit with the federal government through the Attorney General to stop the use of Naira. So if you and your governor of your party, PDP, has done that, to the point that the market women even ascribe you to a particular name of an animal, it is wrong for you to come and cram under the belief and come to this platform and assume that you were played out, because I think it is a total rejection for that political party. Because why? The policies of the government is very harsh. So if you join a case against the people's wish, and Asiwaju spoke for the people, and Erifai did the same, and irrespective of that, we lost Edo to the Labour Party, I think it would be hypocritical for the Labour Party man to come and tell you that the beavers didn't work. It was not transmitted. The INEC chairman, Abdino Malayo, was acting like a thug. A complete nuisance.
Hold on now. I wouldn't accept that on this platform. Please, take it back.
I'll take it back.
All right.
Somebody was acting irrational. He was acting unreasonable, shouting on top of his voice only because he's not winning a particular area. It's very hypocritical. They were the ones, PDP and APC, using Emefiele, PDP and Labour Party using Emefiele to hold on to the money. There was no money practically shared. Some people claim that there were transfers here and there. We had rumors in APC. Some people, my brother said they also had rumors. But at the end of the day, it is a case of APC coming second overall, which means Labour Party won Edo for the president. PDP came third and APC came second. But when it came to the senatorial zone, because of the performance of the previous governor of Edo, Adams Oshomole, the people followed this track and voted APC all the way. There was no PDP or Labour anywhere in Edo North. Why in Edo Central? Okay, maybe some people voted for Labour, but they also voted APC senators and APC House of Reps. In Edo South, Denko, Dennis Idausa won Obia, because the man has done over 83 projects. He has performed in his first tenure as a House of Rep member. So I was wondering, there were Labour members in Obia, but his performance was strong enough to return him. We were happy about that. There's a rerun, in the rerun who won the federal constituency. And with all due respect, it is APC members who were aggrieved over a long period of time that has joined the populist pain that was created by Labour and PDP put together using the Emefiele and the certain elements, fifth columnists within the center.
But in the APC administration?
The problem, in the APC administration, which means nothing was favorable to us.
All right,
and at the
I
end
will.
of the day, the same two parties that caused the pains that led to all the dilemma, whereby we couldn't even mobilize people to go and vote. For example, I vote in a rural area.
Okay.
And they don't want to come here and cast aspersion at an elected
Calm down.
president of a country.
Calm down.
Because they lost us.
I will come back to you.
Feel that they will just throw the presidency.
I will come back to you. Honorable Destiny. Well, it's like you're giggling. He's talking his own and you're like giggling. I mean, it's like, I don't know. In Edo State, the ruling party in Edo State, according to reports, for now, they didn't win a seat. Does that call for worry?
It's no longer news. You can see I'm smiling because it's only in Nigeria that crime is a definition of convenience. It's sad and pathetic. I understand my friend. It's my friend. You see, he said something that our governor sponsored, that he supported the policy of the federal government. You know our governor. Even myself, I supported the policy, the cashless policy. We thought that they were being sincere. We never knew there was a design, an under design to deceive the people. See, when I said they shared money, it wasn't as if it was a rumor. I didn't say a rumor. It's what I saw. What I saw is different from told. So for us, that, good and fine, that yes, Labour Party, all of us knew what played out. It was a protest vote.
A protest vote
because the people all over, they were dissatisfied from Buhari-led administration, from the very section to date. Nothing is working in this country. You can attest to that, except maybe just being economical again with the truth.
Not in every area.
See Jackpot syndrome everywhere. I can tell you in the last 6 months or thereabout, I can tell you reasonable number of my friends that have jackpot this they call it household. Household. You see, we need to sit tight and get it right. You see, today, You might be smiling. Tomorrow it might be my turn. And this same logic might come up to say, yes, the notion will not believe that, yes, crime is a division of convenience.
But isn't the protest votes playing out itself come 11th of March?
The Labour Party, or better still, the obedient, they were concerned about the president, the central. Okay. And that they have, and average Nigerians, they have registered their displeasure and they have sent a signal. One thing that we fail to realize, that reasonable number, the majority of the present voters, they are between age 18 to 40. These are very potent force that can drive any society left, right, center. And we fail to realize, again, that we are in a jet age, in a computer age, where things are done, sincerely, and it must not be seen as a court. The way they run government in the center is seen as a court. He said something just now, that the fifth colony in the government, that was his language. He's indicting some persons in his government. That will tell you that there are some more powerful men, though all fingers are not equal. Right. All animals are more
equal than the other.
I understand. So even then, they knew it was a design. For us, we knew who the president-elect. Okay. According to him, my father here just now said something that is an ancestor. It's not far from the truth. Because there's a lot of diminishing return.
Because you know what?
There's where we see. There's where we got to begin to come down.
All right.
That is it's a no fact.
I'll come back to you. The same protest vote he talked about, I mean, it's like, is it going to play out itself, or just because of the obedient movement, now that they have finished voting presidential election, everything will come back to normal, focusing on Edo State?
There is a revolution in the land. Believe it or not. Obedient movement is a revolution. We have gone through these mills over and over and over since 1960. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, the youths between the age bracket of 18 and 40, they have woken up to take their country back. And that is where you have the Obi movement. And they have given that mandate to Peter Obi. My choice are referred to the cashless policy as a design by PDP and Labour to witch hunt APC.
That's what he said.
Emifele is a car-carrying member of APC. And the government of the day is APC. Where is Labour there?
Where is PDP there?
Where is PDP there? So, come reconcile, they know, we all know what the truth is. Now, the revolution has started. By Saturday this week, the party to beat in Edo State is Labour Party. Ask anybody in Edo State, they are obedient. Even Godwin Obaseki once said that there is hardly any household, including his own, where there is no obedient. His wife is even obedient. PDP, Atiku, that is hobnobbing with Peter Obi today, who lost the presidential election, is also planning in 2027 to come and pick ticket in Labour. We are turning him down. I'm coming.
Who gave you that information? No, we have to work with facts. Yeah, we don't want us to please. We are national TV.
I'm coming.
He never said that.
On the 11th,
yes,
Saturday, it is Labour LP versus PDAPC or APPDC. We have two political parties in Edo State, and Labour is going to carry the day. Now, let me tell you, in Edo South, Labour is getting 100%. We might give PDP just only one seat. APC has nowhere to go.
Where is the seat?
Then
anyway, you're not INEC.
I'm not finished.
You're not INEC.
I'm not finished.
He asked the question, where is the seat?
You only have one vote.
Okay.
You only have one vote.
Okay.
Please. This is not the 1 million issue again.
You owe me $1 million. That was on live
The,
TV.
the election as of right now
Yes.
is still inconclusive.
All right.
Because INEC single-handedly selected
Okay.
our ancestors.
This is where I put my foot down. They didn't single-handedly select anyone, okay? You have the court to go
of the people, the voice of the people that spoke last week. Peter Obi defeated every other candidate.
I will come back to you, not according to INEC results, okay? So let's be guarded. Over to you. He said right now, APC in Edo State is not in the race. That's what he said, and that are not in the race.
No.
He talked about PDP, talking about PD, APC, whatever. What do you feel about this? Is the party man?
Let me set the record straight.
Yeah.
And let me speak to the people directly. First and foremost, I want you to realize that my big brother here bet $1 million. We bet $1 million on this stage. That Asiwaju with me, which we were supporting, and now he has won. He wants them to explore the court processes first before he pays me my money, and I'll give 300,000 to the members staff of ITV.
Focus on the question, please. Yes.
With regards to the issue that is happening, I'm happy that, irregardless of what my brother Destin said, that the government of the day, there were fake columnists, and the APC as a government.
Not me, you said it. I quoted you.
You took off from what I said.
Yeah.
Yes.
To make a point that there were fake columnists. I'm still happy about the fact that, irrespective of the failures of this government, the same government has created these beavers.
Okay, you agree. Failure of this
Wait a
government.
minute.
Hold on, now he has the floor.
Yeah.
The same government has created the beaver system, which is better than any other election that has ever been held in Nigeria. The same government were the ones who, from the cries of the Labour parties and the PDP, decided to hold on to the money because they have this notion that Asiwaju is such a rich man that he was going to buy the election over with money. Thank God today, none of us spent money. I didn't spend money, but I won my unit for Asiwaju. Most of the people in Edo who are strong politicians won their unit for the reps and senate. I should be the one crying more than the bereaved, because at the end of the day, I have my senatorial candidate who moved across border, my young man that is employing over 1,000 people in the last 5-10 years, who spent almost over $1 billion, having a situation of a bag-wagon effect of my brothers and sisters in Edo South, making a mistake, thinking that this election was in another day, and they mistakenly voted him out and voted against him to a large extent. To me, that is something that is subject to us correcting in Edo South. Not to say that there was no malpractices in many ways where people were intimidated. There was a lot of talks, with all due respect, from the government of Edo who was oppressing people.
Now, hold on now. You don't have proof of that,
Okay, well,
please. You don't have
there
proof of
were
that.
some areas, let me put it this way.
Yeah.
There were some areas there were disturbances, so people didn't quite, especially in Oredo.
Yeah.
Going forward, I don't understand how a government or a political party that will create whatever you needed to win a particular seat. So you won the House of Reps, the House of Senate in Edo South. It is okay, there's no problem. Whatever you've lost an election to APC or PDP, for example, you complain that you've been rigged out. That is something that I cannot understand. What is going to happen, what I strongly believe is going to happen in this next election that is coming up, is that the PDP government in Edo has people planted in the Labour Party. They have a lot of candidates in the Labour Party, which the people already know about. And as well as the fact that the Labour Party themselves knows very well that the Peter Obi and the obedient movement they were after was purely on the candidate, namely Peter Obi. You cannot have a situation whereby the people are dominating the government of the day. It has people who bought tickets in the Labour Party. It has people, the same people buying tickets in PDP. If he's saying that he's going to give PDP one seat, maybe it's an INEC chairman.
No, we've created that notion already that he's not INEC, okay, he's just speaking his own mind.
What I think the people is going to do on Saturday is to vote more for APC, because why? The government of the day they are dissatisfied with. That is the reasons why it was more like a fight between Labour and PDP, really. We were just passing, we were just watching. And now, if the governor has fed people in Labour Party, which is an open secret, what makes you think that the people of Edo South, in particular, will now vote for those people to help the government?
Over to you.
They will
Destiny.
not do that. So the APC will be the ones to get more votes.
You see,
and obviously deliver most of the House of Assembly members.
These are just permutation and projections. Okay. All right. Now over to you.
With candidates were not from PDP.
Okay.
The only truth he has said,
Over
with empirical evidence to support the only truth he has said, is that the people, that's the electorate, they thought that the rep, the Senate, So another day. That's the only truth he has said so far. I must be very frank, because it happens to me, and I interview and I interface with some electorates, and they thought, we thought, because that it was only Peter Obi that sincerely that they were. So when my senior brother said something just now that they are going all out and they are going to give one seat, it is laughable.
So you're saying no to that?
It is laughable.
But now he alleged that a lot of the states, have both members for the PDP and the Labour Party. He just alleged,
It is very unfortunate. No, it's always speculating.
Yeah.
Perhaps he was the agent that the governor contracted that procured the forms for the Labour Party. Yeah, good and fine.
Yes.
My governor had a soft spot for Obi, not Labour Party. And I think that every well-meaning Nigerians had soft spot. I must be very frank. And I did too. I'm a candidate. Yeah, so I did. So for us, is to set this country right. Yeah, my elder brother here will agree with me that many of your the candidate you fielded in the House of Assembly are not known. There was a situation, some of them, as we speak, some of them returned back from abroad a week before the election.
They're for members of the Labour Party, is that
yes. What you're saying? They are not known to their constituents. And that such person you wanted to preside. See, let us be very sincere. Let us not allow our allegiance to our party becloud our sense of reasoning. We must be able to differentiate between the good and the bad. You are a seasoned politician. I understand your fear why you cross carpet or to the other side. I'm perfectly. I don't know, but it's our elder brother who watch it. I understand. So I understand. All right. But be that as it's me. You are an elder statesman. You'll be able to sit down and look at it dispassionately, because we want this country to move forward. Okay, here, this person can do it in that party. This person can do it in that party. We have come to that era. That is why some of us had some support for the person of Peter Obi, despite some of us our allegiance to our political party.
All right. Now, for what he says because of the person Peter Obi now is no longer in the picture, that things will go back to normal.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about that?
One thing I know that is political parties in Nigeria, they are not based on ideologies. They are all associations of middle of members of strange
Bedfellows.
That is why it is possible for somebody to cross from one political party to the other. And it has been going on since 1960, even to the present day. As alleged that Obaseki is hobnobbing or is footing the bilge of labor.
Well, with all due respect, His Excellency, the governor, you cannot just call him Obaseki.
But he said it's not true.
Yeah, he said it's not true.
After all, you're not the governor's spokesman in this matter right now.
Exactly.
So please, he said it's not true.
For what we know,
Yeah.
is that Labour is independent of APC and PDP. We have our members. APC members, candidates, some of them were formerly members of PDP. Labour Party members, some of them were formerly members of either APC or PDP. So it is nothing new. But to come and tell the world that they are being sponsored by Obaseki, that is a lie. In the first place, the money is not even in the circulation for Obaseki to use to sponsor Labour Party, unless Obaseki has a direct connection with Emefiele, and Emefiele has given Obaseki the new money to use to bribe or support Labour. To us, we don't know.
Okay.
What we want is this: the arrowhead of any political party presently in Labour is Obi. It has a factor. It's a factor.
All right.
And whatever will happen on Saturday, definitely because of Labour, because of Peter Obi, because of obedient movement, because of the dissatisfaction of the goings on in the society, because of the card crunch, because of unemployment, banditry, kidnapping, and all whatnot, are responsible for the voting of Labour Party.
Okay. All right. Well, gentlemen, I know you have so much to say.
No, before you go, I need to say that. No, I need to correct
of course, 1 minute each to give your last line because I have other guests in this for us in the studio. Now, he gave factors saying that Obi is a factor to reckon with. We also have the power of incumbency in Edo State. What is the hope of the APC?
I can name many members or candidates in the Labour Party who are from PDP. Unfortunately, all the things that my big brother has said have been particularly run down to zero because it's not even originally a Labour man. I've been an APC man and remain in APC. Though my dad was in PDP, but I've always been an APC member. So for him now, it's just like Peter Obi, who is an Afghan man, who is the PDP man running under Labour. How could such a man have integrity? With all due respect to you, everybody should go out there and vote for APC House of Assembly.
We are not here to campaign, please.
Because why? The people, majority of the people holding the ticket in Labour Party today are PDP members, just like my big brother here, which has been confirmed by my other brother, who was a former local government.
How?
You know, because he said it was.
Thank you. Uncle. Please, Uncle. Yes.
He never says so.
By the time they go to the polls, you see that in Edo South, in Edo North, where Comrade and Dr. Shomole, who has done so much for them, has delivered. He will also deliver the members there. In Edo Central, they are very politically conscious. They are sensible. They understand what is happening. And like my brother seconded my motion to say that he spoke to the people. They said they thought the election was another day. We will go back and speak to our people, not to vote Labour Party and PDP is one and the same. Not to vote PDP government that they're after.
Okay, thank you.
For APC House of Assembly members.
Thank you. We are not here to campaign, please. Thank you.
Let me quickly correct.
1 minute.
This is an erroneous impression. You see, we should stop giving our governor a bad name. Governor has his own candidates, which are the PDP candidates.
PDP candidates.
Yes. You see, when you say governor is sponsoring, what do you tell to his own candidates? You want his candidate to go after the governor. You see, people should stop. I understand. You people should stop inciting the people against the governor. That's exactly what they are doing. We understand. We know why they want to. They are fighting tooth and nail. They want to grab all the seats so that they can come and cause chaos in this state. So that they will return us back to the time of thugs and whatever in Ring Road. That is what we want to. We want to take away from the system. You agree with me, sir? Since the section of Obaseki, there's a relative peace, whether you like it or not, in Edo State. Drive on the Ring Road. The chaotic situation in Ring Road is no longer there, and there's serenity in the environment. Please, we must. Please, there's a saying in my very rich Benin language that Ewoma Eobona Waya. Literally, what that means, there's nothing meaningful in an atmosphere of rancor.
Okay.
They should not bring us to another rancor. I'm coming. Lastly, sir. Because those that refuse to go for inauguration, they are sharpening their cutlasses. They are sharpening their arrows.
There has to be discussion for the next set to talk about. We'll come to that. Thank you.
So they want to see how they can cause chaos. They are already sharing that I will be the speaker. The first thing is for us to remove.
Thank you. Over now to you briefly. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute, please.
It's quite obvious that Labour is the party to beat. We have said it over and over. APC is aware of it. PDP is aware of it. Even the governor acknowledged that there is hardly any household, including where there is no obedient.
Obedience is different from Labour.
It's different from Labour. You are a PDP
obedient movement. Out of jealousy, they can.
Thank you.
No, that is different from. You are either brother. Obedience is different from Labour.
You have obedient.
Thank you.
I have no obedience in my home. No.
Please, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I have no obedience in my home.
Thank you.
My wife and my kids. I don't have obedience.
All right. Thank you. Well, you've heard them. Let's get to hear for all the analysts. Let's get to hear their point, and of course, the views will be right back. Don't go away.